Group 1 race day at Te Aroha. To join me at the Punters Lounge preview is Jason Tan. Have you assessed track conditions for Saturday?
Dead 5, as we record this on a Friday, there is rain in the forecast, which is a big watching brief. Very significant if it arrives as it is being forecast on the race day.
Okay, let's get you through the program. We kick off with the Te Aroha Liquor 2,200, 260 about Miss 2 Minute, who was very good in the last couple. Then you're getting $5 Fabulous Flight to Savapack and Villa Pour Moi. Double down. How do we play it, Jason?
Fabulous Flight's at $5, and he's my best of the weekend. Particularly at that price, was given no chance the way the race was run, the way that he was ridden at Mata Mata last time out. Was caught wide, taken back, settled back and really powered to the line late. He's drawn to get one of the runs of the race. I expect him to be in the first 3 or 4. Don't get put off by the fact that last time he was back last.
Oh, he maps perfectly.
He maps
outside
ideally. I just think he wins.
Yep, okay. I've got a lot of respect around the favourite. I'm with you on the Fabulous Flight camp. Okay, on to the second, the J Swamp Contractors Te Aroha Cup, and Rock On, terrific in the Awapuni Gold Cup last week, 261.14, although Roger that really closed off nicely in the Bay of Plenty Cup. How did you split them?
I can't really go against the market assessment or the bookmaker's assessment there of 260 Rock On, 220 Roger That. Roger That is my top selection. I can't say I've got any advantage to say that either is a significant over, but that's my top pick.
Okay, both of them hitting the line really well last time.
Yeah, both good runs. I mean, you know, Roger That actually has been a bit of a find, just in behind them in some really good northern staying races.
Absolutely, fourth in the Avondale Cup, fourth
Not
in the
that he's a young horse, but he's just been in good form.
What about Cinnamillion?
Cinnamillion, I mean, he's just not quite the Cinnamillion that we've seen the last couple of years, or 2 years ago.
Well, he was winning a Canterbury Gold Cup this time last year.
Yeah, like he's I mean, look, the fact that he's running says that he's well.
Yeah.
So maybe if he got the right conditions in front, he could be hard to run down in an early race there at Te Aroha. So, but I do like sort of Roger That and then Rock On. I think they clearly deserve to be ahead of him.
Yeah, a really tough maiden, a third of the card here. This one, the Towns Insurance Brokers maiden, 480 about Ginger King, who's drawn wide. How'd you see it?
Up and Gone's the horse that I've selected on an each-way basis. I think overall what he has done in maiden company has been pretty good. Issue is, he's still in maiden company, he hasn't broken through. So, on an each-way basis with an emphasis on the place, that would be my play in a very difficult race.
Tough race.
Where you could study the map 100 times and come up with 100 different scenarios. But that's the runner that I've settled on, Up and Gone. Okay,
3-year-olds in action in the fourth, including Dawn Patrol, who is already a Group 1 performer. And this horse does come up favourite in the Pyramid Trucking 1400 at 241.30. $4 Espresso Martini, also a stakes winner this season. Riding the way of 650 Santa Catarina, who's probably going to run later in the program at 8.
Yeah, Peaceful's at 12, which is not a bad price. And I think we'll get a reasonable run in the first half a dozen in the race. Dawn Patrol is impossible to look past. You wouldn't want to be taking too much shorter than $2.40, I wouldn't have thought. From barrier 4, they do like the horse ridden with cover, but really should be in the first 6 as well. Possibly alongside Peaceful in 5th and 6th in the running.
Yep.
Riding the Wave was really good last start. I know there was a reputation around the horse, and first couple of runs were disappointing in many respects, particularly to market expectation anyway. So he can be very competitive in that race. And of course you've got Espresso Martini, who was pretty good when winning, and will be another that will be on the speed and will run a good race. But Dawn Patrol clearly on top.
Dawn Patrol, I thought he was a standout in this race, and clearly my best of the weekend. Race 5, the First Credit Union 1200 sees Popstar Princess 380, Vain Door at $6, and Marzamino at 280, 132. It's an interesting shape to this race. How'd you see it?
Well, I thought Popstar Princess will get the lead pretty much uncontested.
Baker Street's a speed horse.
That would be the other one, drawn just on the outside. But I think if Satherley is positive, like she was in a recent trial, then they should be bouncing, or she should be bouncing Popstar Princess out, holding the rail, and just rolling along at a very genuine tempo. And if they do that, I think she'll be very hard to run down. I think if she was to hand up to 1 Baker Street, she's just about handing up her best chance of winning the race. Okay. So hold the rail, win the race.
Okay, sounds good. Race 6 is the Te Aroha Plumbing and Drainage 1600. Here's the market for it. $4.50 Incantissimo, Hasbro $5.50, Zenvo $6, as is She's Fearless. Another tough race.
I've defaulted to Incantissimo. I was with her last start on an each-way basis. She's not quite an each-way price, in fairness. So, yeah, but I don't want to be going too hard on her just to outright win, that's all. It's not a race I'll be playing with any confidence if I play in it at all.
Yeah, I was with Zenvo, but the same, not much confidence there. Open sprint of the day is a Team Whelan's 1400, Sultan of Swing at $10, Ronki 6s. Note the new training partnership there of Bruce Wallace and Grant Cooksley.
And they'll
Mongolian Conqueror, 460, 350 the mitigator.
Well, Ronki was going really well with Alan Peard and Bruce before Grant has gone into that partnership and Alan Peard has dropped out. Again, just the overall picture of this race day, I did on the basis that the track would be good 3, dead 4, possibly dead 4 at worst, and inside draws would therefore be a positive, as is often the case on this day. So the mitigator falls into that category. Again, it's a watching brief. If the rain comes and changes things, well, you just have to adapt, and he's not going to be as good a chance. But right now, again, he looks like he finds the lead, looks like Jacob McCall will have the chance to rate him, and I think he should win. The other horse that I think is quite good value is Sultan of Swing. He hasn't been running bad races, actually, and I don't know that he deserves to be quite as long as he is in the market with an apprentice claim that brings him quite well into the race relative to a couple of others. So at $10, he's worth considering.
Remember the rain came on Waikato Cup Day and he picked up the sprint that day as well, although I'm not so sure that they were convinced that he's a real wet tracker either.
And I think he's a bit of a trick, right? Like he's a bit of a thinker. He doesn't want to be produced too early, but if you don't produce him, then he just runs on too late. So. But, you know.
I think you just described me too, so a bit of a trick,
unintentional,
don't really, not too genuine. Five Fresh New Zealand Thoroughbred Breeders is a Group 1 feature. Weight for age for the fillies and mares. One filly down the bottom, the Real Beal. The last filly to win this race was Special Mission going back to 2008. The Kelsos have won it a couple of times. They've got Superior there at $7.50. Lava Lava $7. Concert Hall at $3.60. Probably won't mind any rain if it does come. And the favourite is the yardstick mare, Volpe Veloce at $2.90,
She deserves to be favourite. The market has shortened her and Concert Hall has drifted as a result. Those are the two main moves in this race. Our Aberdeen has just ticked out a little bit. Look, Lava Lava, Nicoletta and Le Castile look the speed in the race, with I think Le Castile and Nicoletta mixing it up with Lava Lava sitting behind. There doesn't look like there's going to be much mid-race pressure. There's going to be some jockeying, I think, at the 800 metres, some itchy fingers and feet, and it's going to be a race of tactics. Matthew Cameron has ridden very confidently Concert Hall, particularly last start at Trentham winning the Cuddle Stakes, but will she be in the right spot if the track's sort of a dead 4 to be able to run down, I think, Volpe Veloce and Superior, who should have that sort of advantage positionally, being a pair or two closer to the speed from their draws. That said, if the rain comes, and I can see us swooping into it, Concert Hall, and being a far bigger chance. I've gone Volpe Veloce and Superior as the two plays in the race. But it's another situation of I won't be playing this race hard until I see what happens with the weather.
Concert Hall is the rising star, but she's got to measure up to Volpe Veloce, who is really the yardstick. And you were talking about a right-handed record, which is outstanding.
Of Volpe Veloce's, But if you were to fast forward sort of time, which we can't do, 12 months, you know, who's going to win the more Group 1 races out of Volpe Veloce, Superior, and also Concert Hall? The interesting question. I wouldn't be surprised if Concert Hall's the one that is the better Group 1 record in 12 months' time, but maybe that's underestimating Volpe Veloce.
I'll put my money on Volpe. She's already got hers.
Oh no, but I mean from now until then. Come on.
Okay, there you go. That's the looking into the future
technicality
thing. Te Aroha Veterinary Services 1400, 750 Raposa Repeater, who's very good. Stacey at 950. Here's Santa Catarina again at 290. Honesty's been terrific in those last couple, Jason. At 650.
Yeah, she's been very good. Honesty. He or she?
I'll look it up on my book and see it's a she.
Yeah, I thought so. Santa Catarina top selection. Said he you asked the question. Yeah. Mr. Know-it-all. Santa Catarina, the top pick. It's the Te Aroha Veterinary Services 1400.
It is, so there it is on screen, Santa Catarina, who is also a mare. Jason Tan giving us his thoughts on a Group 1 day at Te Aroha. Also catch our preview of Riccarton with Matthew Cross and the replay of the first call here on the Punter Zone.